Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? 10-2, sir.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 43 yards on the ground.
First down, Cowboys.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the Eagles' 34-yard line.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf. 56. I got one. Hey, exit. 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Ready, go. 5.
Second and 11. That one complete to Elliott. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they got to get to the 23 here on third. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
At the Eagles' 12-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got it. Shit.
Pollard going to try the right side. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's third down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down.
Hey, Echo. 56. Oh! Check 56. Rip left. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
80 weapons. Let's find 7.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
74. Go.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Watch the run.
Now Wentz. He dumps it off to Drake. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys' 48-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing his Wentz. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 27.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Sunday.
On 1st down, Drake.
Stop defense.
A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Zoo. 55 mark, guy, 55.
Here's Wentz to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
2nd and 4. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
60 Pittsburgh. 76. It's got to be a line. Hey, Charlie. 36, 36. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run. Mike, 5. We ain't giving up nothing today. Mike, 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught at the 20. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 44 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
General West.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Set. 10-2 stop. 56. Watch the slant.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Get it, baby. Boom.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Here's Elliott. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice try. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. They got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2, kill. Hey, foxtrot.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On play action, it's Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the screen. Pass. Check 3.
Hey, wahoo.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Check.
Go.
2nd and 2. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Wentz. It's complete to Drake. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Wentz. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check. Go. 280. Hey, 4 Tokyo. Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Smooth. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Wentz now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Let's get the ball. Listen. Ram. Listen.
On first down, it's Drake. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 44, Wentz is going to fire one deep over the touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right?
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, again to Elliott. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Bravo!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Hey, Delta. 56. Mike 56. Let's go, team.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
A 44-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And some room to maneuver. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there for Philly. 59 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, high 7.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Check it. Hey, pick your game up. Check, 93 is the mic. 93 is the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And it's caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Let's get it.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run. It's Drake. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Watch Dre 15, Dre 15. Safety's creeping. Sunday.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz, and he hits Drake. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to...
And he lost the football. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Go. Let's go, defense.
They'll set up a throw. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. And he'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Cowboys 16.
Here we go. 120. Hey. Black, come on. Kill. Hey, Alpha. Switch. Greystone, travel.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
357. Hey, Charlie.
55, Mike, 55.
On 2nd and 9. Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Right here.
5.
55, Mike, guys, 55. I got you.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Listen.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready? 15, line it. 15 line.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you.
Be driven. Be driven.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He'll drop to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Adam Shaheen was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, wahoo! Now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 41, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Check. Black. The great thing he's done.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. In for the score. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
56.
Bravo. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
56. Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Ready, ready. 90, wolf.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, Delta.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. 49's the Mike.
Get.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
We go set. 18 Gator.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Ready, ready.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
74.
Wentz to throw. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Mike.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Philadelphia, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week.